Hey, it's Justin Prince. How do you have challenging conversations? Because as an entrepreneur, as a leader, as a sales professional, I promise you, the need will arise when you need to have the tough conversation. How many of us just avoid it? Like, we know we need to talk to her, we know we need to talk to him or talk to them, and like we don't want to. Like, we're just like, oh crap, I don't know how this is gonna go. I don't want to hurt the relationship. It might blow up in my face and I just don't want to do it. Or we know we need to do it and we have like that pit in our stomach. We don't sleep well at night. We just try and like, we just are sick about it for 2 or 3 or 4 weeks and we're like, I just finally need to do it. So how do you do that? Like, how do you have challenging, difficult, thought-provoking conversations in a way that you still can retain the friendship, keep the business moving forward, and do it in a really humble, sincere way? So I'm gonna share with you 6 strategies that you can use to kind of build into and create an environment for you to have challenging conversations. Napoleon said half the battle is picking the time and the place. And well, half the battle is also creating the mood. It's creating the tone of the conversation. So number 1, enter the conversation with the best intentions of both parties at heart. Stephen Covey calls it win-win. But don't just go in there like, I'm gonna show them my way, or I'm gonna teach them my stuff. Go in there with their best intentions at heart and your best intentions at heart. It's not win-lose. It's not even a compromise. It's win-win. This motive does matter. Intent matters. Your tone matters. Being positive and productive, this all matters. So that's number 1. Number 2, ask permission. One of the most disarming things you can do is you can just simply say, would you be open to us having an authentic conversation? Would you be open to us having a real conversation or a challenging conversation? Another thing you can say is something like this: hey, I'm feeling uncomfortable here, or my feelings have been hurt. Would you be open to, you're asking them for permission. It's almost permission-based marketing, but really you're asking them for permission to say, can we go there? Is that cool with you if we kind of just, have this real conversation that we need to have? Number 3 is build common ground. This is super important. You have to kind of like build stability that we're both standing on the same thing. An illustration you can think about is if you're around a table, they're not on one side and you're on the other side. I want you to imagine going on their side of the table, build some common ground. We're in this together, and so I'll do something like this. First is, what do I want to have happen in this conversation? This is what you'll say to them. And then second is, what do I not want to have happen in this conversation? So let me give you guys an example. You'd say something like this. So this is on the what I do want. You'd say, I want a relationship to get stronger, or I want to gain some clarity, or I want to see if I could understand better where you're coming from. Do you guys see that? You're stating what do you want first. And then you can go into what you don't want. You can say things like, I don't want to hurt your feelings here. I don't want you to feel attacked. I don't want there to be a divide in our relationship or in our team. So what I do want is this, and what I don't want is this. Very powerful way to build some common ground. And what I would encourage you to think about is, what do they want too? They don't want to divide in the team. They don't want to hurt relationship either. So what we do, and then what do they want? They want some clarity. They want to, work through the relationship challenges. They want to work through the issue. So what I do want is this. What I want to avoid is that. Okay. Number 4 is be humble. The Latin root of the word humble actually comes from the word humus. So not hummus, but humus. And what does that mean? Being humble does not mean like downward subservient glances and like your shoulders are hunched over and like, I'm just really humble. Like, you can just kick me in the face and I'm just so humble, it's fine. No. You can be strong and be humble. Humble comes from the Latin word humus, and what it means is organic, dark, rich, fertile soil. It's basically the kind of soil that they could plant in, and it was so fertile things would grow. So if you're humble, you're willing to learn. And so what I'm gonna share with you is this. Being humble means that you're going into this conversation willing to learn. So you go into the conversation with things like this. I'm open to hearing your perspective. I want to hear where you're coming from. I'm coming to this conversation knowing that if I have a blind spot or if I'm not seeing something clearly, I want you to I want to give you the permission to share with me, okay? Let me also share this about humility. Some of us need this as entrepreneurs, as leaders, as sales professionals. You need to hear this, okay? The 3 most powerful words you can say in a conversation is, I am sorry. Like, own your stuff. If you've like offended somebody, you've acted out of line, you're not proud of how you acted, and even if you were right, but your actions were wrong. And by the way, even if you were right and your actions were okay, but you hurt their feelings, freaking say you're sorry. Why? Because you hurt their feelings. That wasn't your goal. You say, but yeah, it wasn't my fault, it's their fault. That's their own issue. You don't have to apologize for everything, but you can simply say, I'm apologizing that I hurt your feelings. That was not my intention. I am sorry. own your stuff a little bit. This is one of the most important things you can do as a leader of people, is just to apologize. If you hurt their feelings, apologize. Number 5 is be vulnerable. So you could say something like, look, my feelings are hurt. A lot of us, we get so strong and we act like we're so powerful, but like our feelings are hurt. Like, that really hurt my feelings. Just own it. Just be vulnerable with them. You could say something like, look, if I am missing something, please tell me, but I'm feeling really uncomfortable, or my feelings have been hurt, or this could be my problem. I'm being vulnerable with you to say, this could be my own insecurities, but here's where I'm coming from. Will you share with me where you're coming from? That is so disarming to people when you're just sincere, humble, and vulnerable. Then lastly, I want you to use I messages versus you messages. Okay, so what does that mean? I messages would be something like this. I feel, my feelings are versus you're a jerk. It's your problem. You did this, you did that. I feel hurt. I feel taken advantage of. I feel stressed out. Just come from, hey, here's how I'm feeling. Because remember, you might be a little bit off. We don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are, right? You might be a little off. So I feel this way. This is some of the things that have happened, that this is how they made me feel, or what's happened in my life. I would like for you to share your perspective as well, versus you did this and you did that and you did that and it ticked me off and you're a jerk, okay? So guys, that's the 6 strategies you can use to have the tough conversations. Put these into place. You need to have them. Don't avoid the conversations. Don't have a pit in your stomach and lose the next month worth of sleep because you don't dare have the conversation. Have the tough conversations. Like, do it. You need to do it. Your business needs it. Your team needs it. Your family needs it. You need to do it. But do it in a way that is, again, has that tone and that tact and that motive behind it to really help you. Remember this, guys. Your dreams and your goals are important. Your pursuing them is worth it. And your accomplishing them is necessary. Hey guys, this is Justin Prince. Thanks so much for taking time to watch my video. I serve entrepreneurs and leaders and sales professionals on how to maximize their mindset, increase their income, and to create an extraordinary lifestyle. So if you enjoyed this content, let me give you 3 quick action items to do. Number 1, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We'll continue to provide you a bunch of free content. Number 2, follow me on Facebook. I'll give you a ton of free content there as well. And then most importantly, go to my site, IamJustinPrince.com. Let's connect on there. IamJustinPrince.com. I'll have a bunch of free content there for you as well. Thanks so much. Look forward to connecting.